TS big time. Okay, well, let's start with knight f3. See how it goes. d5. Okay, I can play the Reti gambit with c4. I've been facing a lot of other moves besides d5 recently in this. So he pushes on. I think that's a good way to play. Becomes sort of like a Benoni with colors reversed. And so I'm just going to castle on the king side here. The question is D is D3 an annoying move? I think I'll go ahead and stop it and then castle. I need that square for the knight anyway if the knight comes over here. And so it's part of the plan. Control the light squares here. And look at this. So his bishop has come out behind the pawns. Maybe he has ideas of pushing there. He is ignoring the b4 idea, but I'm not yet prepared to push b4, so maybe it's okay. Oh, he's not ignoring it now. The bishop supports this pawn and prevents b4, doesn't it? So let's do something like this. The idea is to bring this knight to e4. That's a funny move. What's his plan? Bring this knight to e4. And normally I would expect him to exchange it off with this knight, but he's moved his knight forward, so I'm not sure what his idea was. But anyway, now if he plays f5, I'll just take the bishop. If he moves the bishop, I will kick the knight. Yeah, so that's what he does. So I will take that bishop. I think that that dark squared bishop is actually a useful piece here, and so I think he will miss it at some point. And I think his knight has to go back. I mean, he can think about sacrifices, yeah, because it loosens this square. The g6 square is kind of loose there, but I don't believe this is so great. Cannot believe it. So where do I want to put my knight? Knight to f3 is the most natural looking move, I guess. That's the place to put it. So it's an interesting sacrifice. We'll see if it works. Yeah, so he goes immediately for softening up those pawns. Trapping in the bishop too, I guess that's the idea. Let's defend the pawn. Don't necessarily want to take and have him bring this pawn forward. Okay, so he brings that guy forward. Let's play b4 then. That's part of the plan too. He can come into b3 with the knight. Oh, he could go there. I didn't see that. I did not notice that. It's kind of embarrassing. Okay, well, let's see if I get the knight for the rook anyway. I get a very good bishop here, so this is not so bad, but I should have noticed that he was coming into the c2 square. The bishop and the knight are coordinating on e5 there. That's kind of nice. So what has he got? He could just take on g3, or he could take on b4. That's what I would think about. I think pawn takes b4 is probably best here. I don't see any great clever moves with the knight, or the bishop. Pawn move, yeah, that's not so bad. So it forces me to react, I guess, and then he'll trade queens and try and save his knight. Is that the plan? So if I move the knight somewhere, here, he can attack it. If I go here, then I can bring the knight back here to e4. Yeah, I guess that was a good move. That was it cleared the that square that the bishop and the knight were concentrating on. He was going to lose that pawn anyway. And he can try pushing these two pawns forward. He did get two connected passed pawns there, but they can't go forward immediately, and I still have knight e4 to control that. Yeah, so that's what he's going for. He's trying to find a way to push that pawn forward. And I'm still going to round up that knight here. Actually, I'm not. What he can do is he can push the pawn forward. I have to take with the queen. Okay, he's just causing trouble here, but that's not the best move. I'm going to go ahead and grab the knight now while I can. Get out while the getting is good. And so, you know, he still has this b pawn up for grabs. I can take the f pawn now. That's probably a good pawn to take. It eliminates his pawn duo here. Opens up my king side a bit, but okay, so he goes there. So how's the best way to take it? Maybe I'll first... it doesn't threaten anything, does it? He's got it defended. I was thinking it'd be nice to threaten something, but it doesn't threaten anything. So I can take this pawn or this pawn, but I don't want to. Guess I'll take this way. I don't want to move the knight and have this pawn come forward. So I think I need to keep the knight where it is. Fortunately, it's not in a position where it can be harassed easily. And my knight is also guarding these squares where the queen might come out and check. Okay, so let's drop back so the queen can't come out and check. Still can't come out and check. And then try and round up this e-pawn. That would get me back in the game here, I think. Interesting maneuvers there. So how many pawns does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I just have 4. Yeah, it's still down a pawn in the exchange. He's probably still winning then after all of this. So maybe queen here. rook f8, queen here. The knight, fortunately, is guarding the that square, so his queen comes over to defend. So can I do something clever here? Check. How does he react to that check? He takes with the rook. I take back. Well, it's just not helping a whole lot, is it? Not a brilliant move, but I don't have any good moves that I see, so we'll see what he's going there to. Oh, well, this is okay then. This will let me round up the pawn. Knight is still doing a great job here of covering these checking squares. Yep, knights are good defenders, knights and kings. Like each other. So, oh, that's right. I was thinking I was down the exchange, but actually I've got 2 pieces for the rook. So maybe the material is closer to even than I realized. Yeah, because he sacrificed at the beginning of the attack, and then he won the exchange. Or is it the other way around? He won the exchange and then he sacrificed. I have to check that out. Yeah, let's see what happened there. Here it's all even. Oh, did he move finally? No, he's still thinking. Here I have 2 pieces for the rook. Here. Yeah, when he won the exchange was here. I have 2 rooks and 3 pieces, and he has 2 rooks and 2 pieces. So he's already down a pawn here. Is that right? He's already down a piece here. Oh, so he finally moved there. Let's see where he did. He moved his queen over there. So what's the idea? Maybe to bring his rook over here and mate me on the H file. Let's see, so if I take the pawn, and he plays rook here, I have an idea. Which is queen here, threatening mate. There's also this check. He has to take with the pawn. And then this check. This check. So let's try this. Knight here, check. Pawn takes. Otherwise, I will take the rook if the king moves, and then there's no more mate threats here. So he takes with the pawn. Then I come in here with check, and the king has to go to G7. And I have queen here, check. King could go back. It'd be nice if I could take there with check and pick up the queen somehow. Knight here, check. Okay, well, the other idea is just queen G3. And then he has this check on H1. I will drive my king here. Does he have any follow-up after that? There's no check. There's a check from the rook. So that's queen G3, queen H1, king F2, rook F5 check. The king keeps running. I go to E2. Queen is here. There's also the check on, no, there's not that check because my queen is still here. And I can block with the knight after that. I think, since I couldn't make knight f3 work, I think this is my best chance here. If he moves this pawn, well, now I'm really threatening knight f3, yeah, so he has to do something. He's got his rook to, he also had rook h2 check, but yeah, so this is what I was expecting, was this line. He's got queen f1 check. I have two squares I could go to here. Where does he check me? He can check from underneath. If I keep running to the side, can't so easily check. That's what I thought. I thought I would just run and get away. The knight is guarding f2, so the rook there check is not working. Queen check here results in a trade. And there's still mate hanging over here. So he just protects against the mate, but does that really protect? I have queen check, king up. Actually, the king goes to f7 because, or he could block with the rook. But then there's the check with the knight. Check here, rook down, knight here, check. And he can't take it, he has to move the king. King comes up. Let's see, the other way to play it is knight here check immediately. But then he could trade out maybe. I think I need to play this. And we'll see how he responds. Okay, so he responded with the rook. So now knight here check forces the king to move. The king goes to that corner, then I take the rook and its mate. So the king will come up. And if he goes to g7, there's a discovered attack from the bishop. So probably, yeah, that doesn't work. And then, so that means he's going to f2. And then I can bring my queen to the second rank and check again. And I think he's running out of squares at that point. He's starting to get mated somehow. Yeah, if he comes in this direction, queen will mate from d7. And if he goes the other direction, queen will mate on h7. So I think I got it. Well, that was a complicated game, but a good tactical workout. Yeah, so he had to go there. So then there's this check. And then if he comes forward here or here, queen d7 is mate. And if he goes back, then he gets mated from h7. But this is the queen d7 mate. This bishop nicely covering all those squares. So yeah, very nice game. I will upload this and do a post-mortem. Here, let me go back for a second, see if I can find the spot at which the material balance started changing. Oh, I guess I should look at it on an analysis board because it keeps losing track. So here I have 3 pieces and he has 2, so he's already down a piece here. When did he lose a piece? Is it here? Yeah, he sacrificed a piece to start with. That's what I was forgetting. And then this is very dangerous over here, but I survived all of that, and then I fell into the simple fork. So he got a rook, but so I still have 2 pieces for the rook if I can round up this knight, and I managed to round up the knight, and so towards the end the material balance was closer to even than I realized. So interesting game. I will upload this and do a post-mortem and see you guys later. Bye.